BodyBags, where horror lies.
Hey guys, Roth and George here with you, aka VHS82 apostrophe, with episode, or should I say week, week 543. Very, very sick. This is going to be short, very to the point, because I don't got much in me at all, period. But it's got to be done, right? Waxwork, 1 and 2, but specifically part 2, Lost in Time. Anthony Hickox, God rest his soul, no longer with us. Right? Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Times the Medicine's gonna talk. 1992, direct follow-up to his original Waxwork in 88, which special effects, just a special effects feast. A lot of eye candy. Practical. No CGI. Very minimal visual effects in terms of anything above and beyond optical effect or special effects. Practical effects. I'm telling you, I'm not. Few things. Vestron, awesome release as a double feature. There's a great documentary on there. The Waxwork Chronicles. If you've never seen it, you really need to check it out. It's on the disc of the original Waxwork. Just a great documentary. I want to say it's about an hour, 20 minutes, 5 or 6 chapters. Second chapter in deals with our film, Lost in Time. I revisited Waxwork not that long ago, but it wasn't like that clear in my head. Rewatched Lost in Time yesterday. Basically, the film, if you're familiar with the original Waxwork, takes up right where the original left off. Literally. The only major difference is Sarah is now being played by Monika Schnarre. Apparently, I did not know this, but I can't think of the girl's name off the top of my head. I'm just, but Anthony Hickox, who had a relationship with the girl who played Sarah in the first one. Apparently, there was a messy breakup, and so that role ultimately was replaced by supermodel Monika Schnarre, and I mean, without actually siding the movies up one, I don't know if I have a preference or not. She does well enough in her work with Zach Galligan, of course, is Galligan is back again as Mark, and it's kind of a similar setup, but not. It's different. There's no Waxwork where you're going into and portals and all this, but there are portals. But problem here is, as the Waxwork is burning down, the severed hand, if you remember from the first one, escapes from the Waxwork, follows them home in a taxi. Specifically follows Sarah into her home, who has I'll just say, he seems to be a semi-abusive stepfather in the wake of their mother's death. And he's having apparently very hard time. Probably more on the verbal abuse than on the physical. There's a scene where you think he's going to hit her, and he does, and he restrains himself. And so the scene lends itself that there's more going on there than abuse for abuse. But anyways, it's neither here or there. The hand kills him. Ultimately, she's blamed for the murder. Lands her and Mark into court. And with seemingly no proof other than this true story, they're screwed. She's screwed. And so she is let loose on bail, and together they go back to Sir Wilford's home. And of course, he's no longer with us, but he has left a plan just in case things go wrong, because pretty much everything has been left, Mark, for much more grander reasons than we'll find out to the end. And so he basically leads them to how to jump through all the portals, in hopes of finding evidence that will secure her release, exonerate her. And really, that really is. The rest of the movie is, as we saw in the first one, major set pieces, major things in terms of times. Now, this movie has a lot of fun. We go everywhere from Dawn of the Dead to Godzilla to, trying to think, I didn't even write them all down. There's so many, Alien. There's so many set pieces, so many different places. The only one that comes across is really goofy is Godzilla one, but it's so great for the dubbing effect. That really does. That is great. But the pinnacle set piece is Bruce Campbell playing the lead, Richard Johnson's lead from The Haunting. And it's in black and white. And it's, man, for that alone, if you've never seen this, you got to see it. That is awesome. It is a great nod. If you now I watched the hour and 20-minute doc, and you get this overwhelming feeling. Now, if I remember right, Anthony Hickox, his mom was the famed editor who edited Lawrence of Arabia, am I right? And his dad directed the original Theater of Blood. So he comes from an editing family, though. Family of editors. And this man has nothing but love for the genre, for horror, for the classics. Yeah, Frankenstein's in this one. And that's what you get. When you get Waxwork, you get an 88, 92, you get an overwhelming sense of just love for the nostalgia, for the art, for the genre, the films that made horror what horror is today. And amazes me, they had less money to work on the second one, but the second one is in some ways more grand than the first one. And what this man is able to do with the amount of money and the crew that he surrounds himself with, the practicals, the visuals, the camera, the cinematography, the writing, it is astounding what Anthony Hickox has pulled off here in 2 films. Now, for whatever reason, they may not be everyone's cup of tea, but when you watch an hour and 20-minute doc, and you really start to get a deep sense of appreciation for the work involved here. This Vestron release is freaking outstanding. It is awesome. Just to let you look at it real quick. I'm trying to keep this under 10 because I'm gonna die. Basically, inside there's Waxwork, and then of course Waxwork 2 discs, artwork. I love the original artwork for Waxwork, and this of course was a major pickup all the time in the video store on VHS. It's Vestron, man. I only got about five of these maybe, and I really wish I had more because they have done a great job. And it was Vestron who actually originally released Waxwork. I didn't realize that. It makes sense. Vestron's, was able to either never lost or retained, or was able to get back the rights for the new release. And it looked great. It looked great on my 4K TV upstairs, even though it's blue. Looked really good. So much to appreciate about it. So much to like about it. I'm just trying to think if I wrote anything. Again, The Haunting is a George Buckflower plays the stepfather that I mentioned earlier, which is great. David Carradine's in here. Bruce Campbell, as I said, steals the show. Martin Kemp as Baron von Frankenstein. It's awesome. And there's a Drew Barrymore cameo. I can't remember where it is. And there is a bloody hockey mask as a nod to Jason. It's the generic hockey mask. It looks nothing like, that would have been great if they could have pulled off a real replica. So it really would have looked like Jason's mask. That would have been pretty sick. That really would have been sick. So here in 543, random, I kind of did a double dipping of sorts. And I'm really surprised no one had ever done Waxwork 2, Lost in Time. As I said, if you can get your hands on this release, the documentary, Waxwork Chronicles, is great. Just having both films in such a nice little packaging like this is really nice. And most of the special features, commentaries are on the first disc, but there's a commentary on this one, I'm pretty sure. Anthony Hickox. So anyways, I think I'm just going to drop it there. And hopefully by next week I'll feel a lot better. So, as always, man, we always end these things off with Go Bills.
This is not a dream. Not a dream.
We might be useful to